I don't trust her. But her design is fire. What's up, guys? It's that guy with a pencil here from Have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. Oh no! Last chapter introduced Jikishirone, the prophecy magic in the body of Jikishirone the human. So I'm intrigued. Obviously, setting up a big bad prophecy, setting up our possible final. You know what? Honestly, I feel like now, especially with the prophecy, the world hater magic is definitely a false final villain. Ultimately, I think the main thing that Ichi the Witch, when it ends, as long as it's able to run completely, which I hope it will, I think it's gonna be like the creator of this universe. Something in my bones tells me we're fighting a god. And maybe like, whoa, pencil, we aren't even 25 chapters deep, and you're already calling that the introduced final boss isn't the final boss? Yeah. One, because I don't think he's gonna die after consuming the world hater magic, like is stated in the prophecy, and or he just dies to the world hater magic. And two, clearly something is directing all the magics. From their universal information system, to the way the universe functions with magic circles and stuff like that, to the fact that they sometimes have to give their trials, sometimes don't, the fact that the trial system exists at all, and the fact that there can be multiple types of similar magics, or magics that have similar abilities, it's still they all appear and fight anyway. Like, there's something very, like, I'm getting heavy, and I mean hefty Magi vibes. For my people who know Magi and the Magic of Labyrinth and how that ended up ending, I feel I can almost smell it. I can almost smell a very similar ending to that for Ichi the Witch, just because of how the world itself is being built. In retrospect, when you read Magi, the big plot twist towards really like the middle or like the back second third of the manga, and especially the end of the manga, isn't all that crazy just because of how the universe is set up. And I'm getting those exact same vibes here with the trial system, with the magic system, even with the way Uro himself has been characterized and the way that the world hater magic has been characterized. Both of those two very interesting characters, and they give me that kind of vibe. And let's hop, sorry, I was supposed to smoothly transition into the chapter, but let's hop into chapter 21, the 21st Hunt, How We Live. Once again, this design is crazy. Like, I want to see their concept art. I genuinely do want to see their concept art phase for this one. Let's see. Should he acquire the world hater magic, Ichi the Witch will I love how they all, I guess he doesn't have a last name. But then again, no characters in this universe seem to have last names. But like, I love how they always give him the full title, Ichi the Witch. Like, you can just call him Ichi. Let's see. That is not the prophecy we heard before. You said that the one who acquired the Ururo magic had the potential to acquire the world hater too. Well, it's not the prophecy you heard before, but technically, it doesn't change the fact that, like, nothing changes. It's just that it's elaborated on. It's kind of like, well, see the thing I compared it before, where I said, like, the prophecy magic doesn't seem like a reliable source, if anything. It seems like a warning system. Like, more so, rather than a prophecy magic, they feel more like a forewarning magic, because I compared them directly to the Percy Jackson series, where those prophecies are absolute. Oh, yeah, look, they even say it. This is kind of an add-on to that. So, in the Percy Jackson series, at least from what I know, I haven't read the most recent duology that I think is now a trilogy. Essentially the run back that Rick had to write in order to make sure that Disney would produce the Percy Jackson show, which is crazy. Like, those kids are gonna age. They've already aged all out of what they're supposed to be in the books. Like, I genuinely do not get why that show wasn't animated. Like, Disney. Even if it was 3D animation, like Disney, there was never a reason to make that thing live action, because those kids grow up way too quickly for when those books are written. Percy, by the time of like the 23rd book in the Rick Riordan verse, is not even an 18-year-old yet. I think he just got into college in the most recent series. Like, whatever. But sorry, I went on a whole different tangent. I brought up Percy Jackson because last chapter I mentioned, and I think it is valid, and I responded to someone's comment because they were talking about, well, you don't know if the prophecy was wrong. But I brought up how in Percy Jackson, the prophecies always come to bear. Always. They can be sometimes subverted, but even then, sometimes those subversions don't even work. It's just, oh, you interpreted it wrong the first time. From the prophecy in the original series about the big three kids, to the secondary prophecy about the Heroes of Olympus series, to even prophecies that are from different mythologies, like in the Norse run or in the Kane Chronicles run. Those prophecies, fate is hardline. Once a prophecy is given, one way or another is going to be met. In this universe, prophecies can clearly be avoided, added onto, manipulated, but at the same time, I'm not even sure if I can fully trust the prophecy magic. Interesting, though, it left it room to come tell them this. Or at least it was summoned here. Yep, this is kind of an add-on to that. Which it is. I do agree with the prophecy magic there. Where, like, she told you that, hey, someone can. Should they acquire Uro, they could acquire him. She's just adding an extra stipulation. Which is entirely possible, right? At least from how the way that the prophecy magic Jikishirone has been characterized so far, they seem like that chaotic neutral archetype. Where they're like, oh, I'll help you. I think it's funny. I think it's funny to see you struggle. And it's clear, like, considering it literally said last chapter, I give you prophecies when I feel like it. Hope that I stay on your side. It clearly probably, if it truly is the prophecy magic and not like the forewarning magic, or if it does have like true genuine knowledge of the future at all times, it clearly knows what's going to happen. In fact, I feel like it added the stipulation of like, oh, Ichi could die or it could not, because it knows Ichi won't, or maybe it knows he will. But once again, fate can break in this universe. Let's see. Maybe it's because Ichi the Witch finally encountered the World Hater, but this prophecy just came to... See, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. But this prophecy just came to me yesterday. Then how did Uro know he was supposed to be a sacrifice? See, that's the thing. I don't buy anything. Like, but then again, I'm super paranoid. I'm like giga paranoid. But I don't buy anything the World Hater magic says. Because Uro, we don't know how long Ichi took in his magic circle, but we knew, at least for a little bit, until he was kicked out. It was in real time. Uro ended the conversation with Ichi by being like, hey, they're going to sacrifice you. So this prophecy just came yesterday, and Ichi's been knocked for 3 days. Oh, well, actually, no, we're in the past now, so maybe this isn't it. But the prophecy just came to her yesterday. I don't buy that. I think she either knows or doesn't. I don't believe its abilities work in the way that it's saying it works. I think it's just messing with them. Let's see. But this prophecy, well, gosh darn it, I need to give them a better voice, too. This prophecy just came to me yesterday. It's piping hot and fresh out of the oven. I don't know why. I use that analogy all the time, too. Like, I always say, but then again, it is just common to say, I'm cooking right now. But that's why I always, like, whenever someone asks me, hey, what are you working on? I'm like, don't worry about it. Something's cooking in the oven. I promise you. And it'll be hot, fresh, and ready. Hot and ready like Little Caesars soon enough. Let's see. But it's no biggie, right? Sure, one human dies, but the whole world is saved. No need to change anything, right? I mean, it really depends on how useful Ichi could be in the future, though. Like, sure, right now, if Ichi could go fight and claim the World Hater magic right now, which we know he can't, he gets diffed. But if he could, then yeah, it's fine. Ichi's a low potential witch, and while it's cool, it's an interesting phenomenon, that's one thing. But if the World Hater magic is just a stepping stone and like the Universe Hater magic, and they could have used Ichi, an extremely powerful witch with a whole lot of potential in the future, would have been nice to have him. Of course, we currently have seemingly numerous characters who are currently stronger than Ichi. Basically, all the higher witches are still implied to be above Ichi in the power scale, but like, Ichi's potential is clearly crazy. He's clearly cracked to some degree. Let's see. But Desos is... Oh wait, that's not Desos, that's Monogold. Alright. Bam! Let's see. I do love that her hat drips. I think that's such a cool detail. But Millie, where's all that gold go? Does it just like... Is it like a fountain where it just circulates? Or... And like, is it heavy? Maybe, well, like... Gold is actually really, really heavy, if you ever noticed. If you ever like held even just a gold chain, it is actually pretty weighty. So that much gold on your head, okay. It's not common superhuman feat, but interesting. Monogold being mad. I thought that was Desos' fist. You humans are so picky. I mean, I suppose, like, that's the thing. I wonder because magics are to some degree immortal. Unless the World Hater magic intervenes and warps you, seemingly enough. But with that being the case, I guess they would just have a different perception on life and values. Clearly, there is some sort of hierarchy. Inari and Hisame both do treat Uro as the king. But obviously, the World Hater magic has a different view of Uro and is like, we're homies. I will kill you, though. So, and then, of course, we have Uro's relation to the rest of them. So, I do genuinely wonder, what is their society even like? But presumably we're going to find out a little bit about that, considering the chapter is called How We Live. Maybe we're going to learn a little bit more about, like, magic culture. Let's see. This topic is hereby classified. Only the 4 of us present may know. Speak of it to no one. Komugi, Ichi found out in the modern day, and presumably Komugi's gonna find out. But then again, maybe there's gonna be a plot point where he has to hide that from Komugi. Except, Ichi the witch. He's to be informed as soon as he wakes. Understood? Desos. But that's the thing, I do give credit. Oh, she went drinking, alright. But, one day. Okay, so this is a day after the talk. She went drinking. But that is, I'm very interested to see what Desos truly feels. Clearly she doesn't like it. But I'm not sure, someone pointed out in last week's comments, she could not like the fact that Ichi has to die in general, but she could also just be thrown off by the fact that Ichi's so willing to die. And admittedly, Ichi's willing to die in his own way, right? Going out by your own means. It's kind of like people who want to die skydiving, or doing something crazy, or like fighting a grizzly bear in the forest. Like, they don't want to be old on a deathbed, they want to go out crazy. If that going out crazy means splatting against the ground and a whole bunch of pain, sure. But that's Ichi. He's much more he's in it for the love of the game. And it looks like Desos may not be cool with that. Let's see. Is she dragon? Darn, she's really... But then again, let's see if she's like really hard deep in the bottle. Oh, no, she seems to be. Where are my glasses? That's the thing. Ever since I switched back, I moved back from my larger screen in the back to my smaller screen and the screen I'm currently using for my second screen. So, like, I don't use my glasses as much as I used to. Because I used to, whenever I would sit down, I'd be, like, relatively far away from the big screen. And I'm very nearsighted. So, I don't use them as much. So, I think I put them away. I'm back to almost never using my glasses again. Let's see. You're hitting that bottle quite hard for you. For you? Does she normally hit the bottle? Let's see. Don't look at me. Don't look at me to cart you to the infirmary when you pass out. I feel like you would do that. So guys, you seem like that kind of friend. And in a good way, Well, admittedly, don't put that on your friends. Especially if your friends are smaller than you. Like, the one time I excused it is because the guy never did it. We were celebrating his birthday, and he was being dared by everyone there in the vicinity, and I literally pushed the drink away. I was like, my drink. I was like, I'm gonna need to carry him because I was the biggest person there. I was like, I'm gonna be the only person who can lift that guy. And lo and behold, boom. Well, luckily enough, he didn't hit the table too hard. He was leaning. We were all like, we were holding hands out, and we caught him, but he went boom, and we were like, all right. And they all turned to me, and I was like, yeah, I know. And I carried him to the car and took him home. But he literally has never done that again, and he's always embarrassed about it. Leslie, don't worry, buddy. Still got your back. But if you consistently do this to your homies, come on now. Let's see. Infirmary when you pass out. Don't need you to baby me, Miss Busybody Ice. It's funny, because Ice is actually in her name. My name is Togeis. Are you that drunk? She has to be an adult. She has to. I don't know, because I know it's different. It actually is very different between cultures. Like, kids drink in some countries, and it's normal. Them youthful livers go crazy. Let's see. My name is Togeis. Are you that drunk? Not an ounce. Oh, interesting. So they get served through so the bar person actually just flat out isn't there. They get served through the mirrors. Once again, very interesting world building for this universe. Let's see. Hey, alcohol's for getting drunk. That's why you're here, right? I mean, admittedly, I don't like being drunk. Like, well, this is gonna get super, super straight, and I probably should be talking about it. I'm not sure if this is advertiser friendly, so please, don't take this. But I actually hate it. Notably, apparently, the 2 times I have on reference where I was around people, which is the only time I do it, people I know. I'm never ever risking when I'm in an area that I don't know and don't know people. I just talk more, which is bad, because I already talk a lot. I talk more, and I'm very physical, as in I'll grab you and like extend and move when I talk. And I know I don't look that big. I'm only 2 feet tall, but I am actually relatively strong. So I do feel bad because I've like smacked somebody on the back. And typically whenever I do that, because I reach out, all right? You see me how active I am with my hands. I felt bad because they're one of my tinier friends. I just, bam! I was like, good job, good joke. And I nearly beat the taste and soul out of them. So I do feel bad. That's why I don't ever like doing that. But I do like it's bad. I like the taste. I like the taste. Like a strawberry daiquiri goes crazy. Let's see. That's why you're here, right? Pretty much. One needs to be drunk to handle all this nonsense. Don't live like that. Don't live like that. I laughed at it. Don't live like that. Do not get lost in the bottle just because life is hard. Don't do it. Your life will actually get harder. Let's see. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, so wait, the 3-headed dragon is actually neat. Oh, so they can interact with their eternal world whenever they want. Or the magic circle.
A good mushroom filled day to you all. Here, this is but a truffle.
Quite literally. And truffles are actually quite rare. Black truffles especially.
These are splendid mushrooms, they really are. It's a pleasure, my new roommate. It's a pleasure.
Interesting. So she has a wind magic, seemingly a snake, earthen snake magic, and ice dragon. And then her inner world is very icy. Very interesting. Let's see. It's because of that mushroom. Is running amok in my magic circle. After all the effort I went to collecting only the most okay. So the reason she has such a low count isn't for lack of trying. It's for she's one of them. She's one of them. She's not a Pokemon trainer like Desos is. Desos does not care. She just grabs whatever she can. But Toga, she's very particular. But because of this trial, she had to tame the mushroom magic. And it seems like a witch cannot let a magic go. But I guess that makes sense. It would just go back to wreaking havoc. Let's see. It's running amok in my magic circle. After all the effort I went in collecting only the most elegant magics, ensuring it's dignified and orderly. That one does not look elegant, though. Neither does this one, really. But then again, we know that, ironically enough, this is the coolest looking one. But we know they all do appear in, like, chibified forms of their larger scale selves. So presumably they would look a lot more elegant in action, or at their full size. And notably, this is only 3 of her previous 16. Let's see. Happy to hear it. Oh, okay, so yeah, but you know what? Honestly, everyone needs a Togeist in their life. Everyone needs a Togeist in their life. That friend who doesn't know what they're doing, well, no, knows what they're doing very well in certain situations, but doesn't know what they're doing very well in other situations. And when they get passionate, they get real passionate. I have like 3 homies like that. They're all amazing. Let's see. Well, I'm on the topic. The Isame magic was supposed to be mine. I was about to go out and acquire it, but you had to waltz in and steal it. That was about to say, that does seem like the perfect link up. Though, I wonder if Togeist would have been able to pass his trial. Because we know Togeist is a brute force style. So I'm not sure if... And in fact, it would have been horrible. She would have, like, destroyed their town. So, like, honestly, it's actually a good thing that Desos went and got it. Even though the Isame Magic would naturally fit Togeist's specs a bit more. But then again, we still don't know why she's called the Abyssal Witch. The Nisi Sensei and Osamu Sensei, that's literally the same person. I do this all the time. Gosh darn it, how do I not know their names? I'm 21 chapters deep. Yeah, Osamu Nishi Sensei and Shindo Sensei, the artist, they're going out of their way to make sure Desos stays as vague as possible. And it's fine. But gosh darn it, man, I need to know certain things. They're drinking alcohol. She gotta leave. Wait, I just need that confirmation. I need that confirmation before I make the jokes, before I start talking. So let's keep it pushing. Let's see. Too bad. You snooze, you lose. And that is true. Honestly, it is like, in certain scenarios, I'm like, go for it. Though, admittedly, there are times where if I'm with somebody, like, say hypothetically, we're in an area, and we're all eating, like we all ordered food, and, like, specifically shared food. I will always make sure, hey, you want that? If so, I won't eat it. But if you don't, I will devour it instantaneously. And they'll say no. And they'll devour it instantaneously. And then 5 minutes later, they'll be like, where is it? I was like, I just told you. That'll get on my nerves. That'll get on my nerves like crazy. I don't like that. And they do it. And I think sometimes, I know one person does it intentionally, thusly they can't get a reaction out of me. But I'm not the only one in my friend group who has like horrific memory. So it has happened before where they will tell me explicitly and I will double down with them. I'll be like, this is in fact the last mozzarella stick. I will devour it the second you say no. Are you sure you don't want it? And I'll be like, no, I don't want it. And I'll eat it. And then they'll be like, what on earth? Where's the last mozzarella? And I, man, sorry. Let's see. Oh, you've always been much too freewheeling. She's actively going out and saving the world, though. Like, it's not like she's just taking your mod. She did that because it was threatening a town and needed to, like, work with Ichi. Like, she did the right thing there. In fact, she didn't even want to go there. So she did good. Let's see. And you've always been way into doing things by the book. And that is true. There's a reason why one of you is the strongest witch and has infinite magic, while the other has 16. Then again, in this universe, it's clear you can learn spells without actually gathering magics, with the case of Komugi. And obviously all the other witch cadets, so it's possible. Let's see. It's important to do things by the book. I agree for the most part, but even then, I'm look at me. Look at my hair, gosh darn it. I'm not fully by the book, and that's in like the professional world, and even in the content creation. I do a lot of things weirdly. All weirdly. So I do respect the book, I respect the laws, and I fear the law. I deeply fear the law. But I don't... I'm more Desos coded in the sense that, yes, man, free ball. Like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and then worry about the consequences afterwards. When it's not life risking, and it's not risking your livelihood, man, get it done with how it needs to get done. Worry about the after effects of how you got it done, if there are even any after effects after the fact. Let's see. Oh well, at the end of the day, you acquired that mushroom. You won the bet, fair and square. Stop. Okay, so Ichi's not going to school. Okay, I figured there's gonna be some way that weaseled out of that. Let's see, what is Togeist looking at? You know what we saw. Stop. You know what we saw. Yep, the sheer scale and power of Ichi. He doesn't need all that. Let's see. I'm not so imprudent that I insist on pushing my opinion now. Not after that. Which, I mean, to be fair though, that is a fully amped Ichi who cannot control that power. So, technically, it would still be better to refine him, but I do agree, in terms of, like, sheer raw potential, it does make sense to probably not constrain him to what clearly is the lowest level. Like, starting him out at Witch Cadet level when he's already fought the World Hater Magic, where he already ran into the final boss and lived! Admittedly through a lot of luck, but lived! Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to put him through school. Though I would still, I'd have Desos still tutor him. Like, teach him some of the basic magic principles that she obviously learned while she was in the academy. And, like, teach him, just give him a basic reservoir of spells. Like, here's the most common, here's how you use them, here's the applications we typically use them in, go wild, kid. I'd still at least do that. I heard from the Oracle about his connection to the World Hater. See, yeah, so that secret between the four of them, it's not sticking. But I certainly didn't expect that we'd encounter that Majik this soon. Which is true. Which is very true. But then again, it seems like it's existed previously. It just wiles out and vibes out whenever it feels like. Surely he was born under a special star. I wonder what that means. Let's see. And that is precisely why I'm concerned about you. I worry the more you spend time near him, the more he'll come to remind you of Libro. Who's Libro? Who's Libro? Wait!
Who's that?
Plot? What's happening? Dang it, Libro. Are you reading my spellbook again? You aren't gonna get anything from them. Give it back already. So presumably this guy died of the World Hater Majik. If I had to hazard a guess. Well, let's see. Yeah, so clearly, yeah, they're good friends. And no matter what false rivalry is between the two, they homies who know each other's past. It's always good to have at least one. Like my best friend, the man I know. Well, admittedly, I have friends I've known longer, but in terms of know and have kept in contact with consistently over the years of existence, 4th grade. I've known that man for so long that I'm afraid to say how long I've known him, because then y'all calculate the age and be like, darn, Pencil, you are old as all get out. But regardless, I get it. Let's see. Give it back already. Oh, that's her little brother. Oh, that's even worse. And he looks just like her too. Same. Oh, she probably wears her hair like that for that exact same reason. Oh, did she shatter the glass? What's so interesting about it anyway, huh? My baby brother's so dumb. See that like. Admittedly, I don't blame kids or kids, teenagers or teenagers, young adults or young adults. But cherish your family, dog. Cherish your family. Cherish your family and cherish anyone you are connected to and care about. Obviously, I'm personally in the camp that all human life is valuable. But on top of that, man, at least in my life so far, I've learned that nothing is guaranteed. At any moment, things can be ripped away from you. Death can be random, cold, and unfeeling. And all we can do is live on. But because of that, make sure you keep in contact, make sure you appreciate every second. Be happy to be alive, because there are many people who wanted to be, who can't. So, that's rough. Looks like she shattered her glass in anger, I'm presuming. Oh, no. Oh, even worse. No, that may just be what happened. They just did what? So the question is, I'm presuming it's the World Hater Majik that killed him. She probably wasn't there because she was at school. And then Libro ended up dying. Let's see. Yep, down in the bottle. Let's see. Oh, and she poured it too. I'm well aware that you want to stop the World Hater Majik more than anyone. Yeah, definitely killed her. Let's see. But you're a kind person. Much too kind. If being around him gets to be too hard. Oh, so man. Admittedly, it's hard. It's hard for me because notably, I haven't really had apprentices. I'm old. And I've helped people, I've tutored people in different walks of life, whether it be when I back when I track and field or back when I acted. And I do even, like, there are some people who found out in my real life who found out about the channel and are like, you did what? And where? And how? And, like, they've asked for tips and stuff like that. But, yeah, Desos literally is the mentor, the person who's with them. And to be so clearly reminded of someone she lost, especially presumably to the World Hater Majik, and now she has Ichi, who's immediately tied into that. Yeah, it makes sense for the conflict. But interesting. Togeist drinks it, slams it down. I'll swap places with you at any time. Des. Yeah. Obviously that won't happen, I don't think, but interesting. And she's off. Let's see. Huh. You really are the one nosy busybody. Cheek. Togeist? I don't get where that name comes from. She sips it. Boom! Slams it down. Alright. She's gotta be an adult dog. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk the biscuit, dog. That guy's is bad. Oh shoot! I threw the sword way too hard. Oh, thank the heavens, though. I threw the sword with way. That's the only downside. I'll admit. Random fun fact. I've been going to the gym consistently since September, but real consistently for the past month or so. So, like, my average strength level has just shot back up to, I think, either at or beyond old, like, high school prime me. That's where I was in the best physical shape of my life and trying to get back and surpass that point. But thusly, I always thought it was a joke. I always thought it was weird to like overestimate or underestimate your own strength, especially once you start going to the gym. But now I can confidently say things are easier and lighter than I thought. I mean, obviously the sword was never heavy to me. Like I've had the sword of worthiness for like ever now. Like I remember where and exactly how I got it and how much it cost. But like I've had it for forever now. But it's literally like it's like a paperweight to me now. Like I can toss it and swing like thusly my whole strength ratio is off. Like for example, random thing I need to do. With my family, we had gotten pizza one night. We were all meeting up. We were all together. And I was told to go rip up the pizza boxes. Before, it would take a bit of effort. Cardboard. I tore through the cardboard like it was nothing. I was like, oh lord. So that has happened before. I've thrown things farther there because I'm used to throwing them, but I've messed things up. Like even old devices that used to weigh at least a little bit, they feel like nothing just because I've generally gotten stronger. And that's a cool thing to have. But now it's like readjusting. But yeah, Desos is bad. Baddest character in the game. I don't care. I'm risking it. You can probably tell. I've been down bad for Desos for a hot minute now. I'm going with it. Where's my Desos guys? Okay, let's see. Boom. Oh. Wait, why are they playing cards? Oh, we didn't even get to see them reunite, but still, it's adorable. I need the context for this. Are they playing like Uno or whatever the magic version of Uno is? Yo, come here. I lost again. So, Ichi's overall naturally talented. Let's see. Sit. Oh, all right. Huh? What's this all about? Eat. just simple commands. But once again, she's bonding with them, and I think probably for Desos, she's trying to work around those feelings, right? Like. The connection she obviously feels because Ichi reminds her of her younger brother, and even does. I see like slight resemblances between Libro. His name is literally Libro. Libro, as in little bro. Osamu Nishi said you aren't slick, but Libro, man. But regardless, it's clear that she's still like she wants to maintain a connection, and I think this is like probably her first real proper mentorship role. So she is trying to figure that out and try to probably figure out the many complex emotions she's feeling. What's this all about? Eat. What? You sharing food? Are you too sick to eat? James, your question of the day. Want me to chuck this at your face? Yes, Desos, please throw anything at me. Okay, I gotta stop. I can't turn the Ichi the Witch reviews into the freak reviews. I can't. No matter how bad Desos is. If Desos ain't bad to you, something wrong with you. But let me see. So, yesterday, that stuff about how if you acquire the world hater magic, you'll save the world, but you'll die. You know, that bootleg garbage trash, probably not even true prophecy. Are you sure? Like, you are really sure you're okay with it? That is a good question, right? But like, it is a rough question to ask. I get why Ichi was so casual about it. Because he probably didn't want to, even if he does have complicated feelings about it, he probably didn't want to show it in front of the prophecy magic because he was like, you're already weird and I don't like you. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. But even still, like that, like if I was told you're going to die in 5 years, I'd be like, Nani? Proof? I'd be like, Nani? Proof? I bet. And then I would, that's the thing, I guess I would mentally work around it. Thing is though, he wasn't given a specific time period. If someone just told me, you're gonna meet some guy who looks just like this, or let's say, let me see. There was a guy I saw years ago. I don't know his name, I never saw him, he just saw him in passing. He was like 6'8", pure rippling muscle, gargantuan dude. He had like long blonde. He basically was like a live, real version of Thor in terms of build. I saw him. I passed by him. I didn't know anything about him, and we just kept pushing. If someone told me that you're gonna die to that guy, you're gonna fist fight that guy, and either he just kills you, you kill him, or both of y'all go, and that's it. Like it's just vague. Like it's vague like that. And I'd be like, okay. I guess. Oh, and by the way, if you fail or don't fail or whatever, world blows up. I'd be like, huh. Strange. I guess it would take me a while to figure out the consensus about that. Now, if that guy suddenly appeared in like the next week or so, I'd be like, oh. But I'd probably treat it like the immortal snail problem and just like leave. I'm not fighting him. What if the world blows up? I was like, are you really sure you're okay with it? I'll be honest. I don't mind. Aren't you afraid of dying? Most are. It's, oh, you bet. I don't want to die. Heck, I'm only alive now because I refused to die before. I don't know what it is, but I just can't seem to wrap my mind around the future. For so long, I hunted and hunted, desperately trying to just survive, just for that day. Now, no matter how hard I think, it's all I can do to hunt and live for today. That's the only way I know how to live. That's a good and bad mentality. I'm always like a live in the present, enjoy the present kind of person, but I also am like a very long-term planner. I try, or at least I try to be in like the macro sense of my life. Like like people always ask, "What's your 5-year plan?" I have a 10-year one. I even have like long-term plans, but those are like the most vague ones. But like I have ideas and goals and plots and plans that I do all the time because I do understand and respect the value of the present heavily. Trust me, I do. But the future is simultaneously just as dangerous and just as important as the present. And just like you can learn things from your past, you can learn a lot trying to plan for the future. Let's see. Trying to plan for the future just makes my brain hurt. Facts. I got that one. Let's see. Oh, but hunting magics is fascinating. I want to try and resist that prophecy, but okay. So that's the thing. He doesn't want to die, but he acknowledges the chance of it. And notably, that's the thing. The prophecy doesn't guarantee his. Well, actually, kind of does. But once again, at least to me, from my perspective, seeing how the prophecy magic failed with the prophecy it just gave beforehand, like the prophecy it gave like an hour before the world hidden magic appeared. Clearly, something about it's faulty in my view, and I think Ichi may have even subconsciously noticed that like things are wrong. But then again, I don't think he even knows the first prophecy. Ichi, I want you, to be my. Aww. I want you. There's a 2 missing there. Who translated this chapter? No, those are writers. Translation: Adrienne Beck. I respect. Hey, and John Hunt. I know him from JJK. But for the lettering at least. But Adrienne Beck, I think you forgot a word. Unless it's somewhere in the middle, because I know this is a split page. I want you to be my family. Aww. So she wants to adopt them. Aww. That's the thing. We have so little context for this word, but interesting. So okay. So she's running in the exact opposite direction that Togais warned her of. So very specifically, she's like, if it ever gets too emotionally intense, because you're connected to this guy subconsciously, we can swap out. You don't have to worry about that. I'll take that off your shoulders. But instead, Desos is diving head in. She's like, if you're gonna die anyway. And I think what she kind of sees Ichi as is an extension, if not an extension, but like a redo of Libo, presumably, where she's like, I messed up with this kid. I should have engaged with him. I should have supported his talents, even if he couldn't have never become a witch. Let me see if I can do it right this time. So she probably wants to connect with Ichi, because that's the thing, right? She presumably lost him at a very young age. If this image of his blood-splattered face and his eyes wide open, presumably he died and was warped by the world hidden magic while both were still very young. So maybe if she was stronger, maybe if she was there to protect him, maybe she had raised him differently or helped raise him. Once again, I always say this, it's never the older sibling's job to raise the younger siblings. There are older siblings out there, myself included. Fun fact, I do have a sibling, and I am the eldest. But, well, not just a sibling. But still, regardless, I am the eldest of my siblings. And I'll admit, all the paternal instincts I have are the younger siblings' fault. Like, it is straight up their fault that I have these instincts so early, despite having not a single kid of myself. But, with that being the case, it definitely is rough. As you get older, or even specifically for the raising thing, it's not the older sibling's job to raise the younger sibling, but sometimes it does feel that way, even subconsciously. My parents never told me to do that. Never did. But still, I felt like I took on a role just because there was such a large gap between us. And that's kind of the same thing here, where, like, she probably feels like she messed up, and now in this case, she wants to restart. She wants Ichi to be that restart, and she wants to do it right this time. And that I respect. I like, if I could go back in time and, like, fist fight my past self, I'd be like, don't, you're gonna fumble the bag. Though, admittedly, my relationship with my siblings is much better now, and I still think it's fine, but I feel like I could have done better as an older brother. I do believe that, and I do stand by that. And I'm trying to do better now, the best I can. But overall, a W chapter. I finally got to stop holding back. Desos the baddest in the game. 100%. In fact, for this review, this will be the one. I promise I won't turn Ichi the Witch into Freaky the Witch, but unless it doesn't want to get Freaky Witch involved. But regardless, leave the baddest in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please don't leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that all the case posts you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you support me for as low as 1 get 1 dumb things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include the live reactions here of the series I am to review, ad variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You drop 5 beans or a short video, 29 beans or a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier, XZ, G Prosper, Zeta, and Brandon Payne. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, and A+A. And then I'd like to give a huge thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchiha, Yuki Ally, and Carlo Alaimo. Then I'd like to give a gargantuan thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our colored art tier patron: Waki Minoz, and Idemokami. Then I'd like to give a final legendary top of the line thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, the glorious king, Calvin Elder.